Hey ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. As always, it is Nick here, back through daily crypto news and analysis, and today we are going to be talking about Casper. I did buy more today. We're going to be talking exactly about why. Honestly speaking, it just made sense. It felt right. It was great to wake up to that morning dip. It felt like, almost Christmas. You already know how crypto is. When you see a dip, it's just to buy, especially for something like Casper. It's extremely undervalued. I'm actually going to read an article that's laughable. And in terms of what's happening in the market, could we expect a little bit more downward pressure on Bitcoin? Yeah, sure. We'll most likely see a little bit more upside potential. We'll probably hit 63K as a major resistance point, retest lower. If we do lose 58K, expect possibly 53K to be in the books, which will pretty much bring a lot of altcoins down with it, but not too significantly. I mean, honestly speaking, most altcoins have held strong, opposed to most, I should say, because, there's a few altcoins that are fairly green right now. In terms of the 24-hour, we're seeing, assets like Sand up about 16%. We see a few other assets like Mana up 5.94%. I know that Casper is still down a little bit from its all-time high, or not all-time high, I shouldn't even say that, the high yesterday, which, speaking about that, a lot of people were asking me about a point to really enter in again after we did see those highs yesterday. And I did tell you guys exactly when I bought. I told you, in the Discord. If you guys aren't in the free Discord, definitely hit that link down in the description below, because we are giving away a ton of free value. But with Casper, I told you guys wait for 13 cents. We did see about 13 cents almost exact. It was about 13.11, which is totally fine. But with Casper, it's so undervalued still at these levels. Solid entry point. You could pretty much look into buying now if you wanted to, or just wait for Bitcoin to retrace possibly downward more. We didn't get any sort of validation or invalidation on Bitcoin just yet, but I do think that we will see that in the coming few weeks. So I'm still waiting on that. We could see an extended, pretty much market or bull market if Bitcoin does pretty much range on here and doesn't pretty much finish out its wave 5 or wave 4, I should say, before it's wave 5. The wave 4 would essentially be us pretty much reaching down to 53K, possibly even 58K again. But we did have that double tap of about 58K possibly, which is that the validation of us pretty much coming down and retesting the low, and now we just go to the wave 5. It's unlikely in my opinion. I still think that we still see more downward pressure, which again, the further that we go down in the wave 4, the higher that we go up in the wave 5, which is still good for our altcoins, because that's where a lot of the capital will kind of flow into our alts, and Casper is going to be one of those main holdings during that time. Now, before we fully jump into this video, I just want to ask, if you guys are new to the channel, definitely hit that like, subscribe, and also turn notifications on, as it does help the channel grow immensely. Also, go check out NCashOfficial.com for my trading indicators, how to time the market, all that kind of stuff. The Ultimate Crusader Trading Bundle Pack is your best friend in terms of the value to pretty much price, because this includes everything on the site as well as all future content for free. So definitely check that out while there is a sale on it for 20% off until this Saturday. Now, I did tweet this out. I quoted Kevin Cage because he said Casper is up 25% this week, while most a CT is screaming the market is going to zero again. Never gets old. I hope the market washes away all the whiners. And I did say, who bought the Casper pullback today? Barely anyone on CT is talking about Casper, but the real ones know that this gem is severely undervalued and overlooked. And it really is. I mean, even at its current prices, it has so much upward potential, a 10x, 100x, whatever the case may be. This has a ton of potential, especially as we are marching into a Web 3.0 scene. DeFi is also making, the rounds. DeFi is huge. I've always discussed how big the market is for DeFi. We're actually going to be talking about DeFi as well. But this is actually up 41.37%. We are sitting at about a $171.5 billion market cap. I know that the market cap over here to this market cap is actually different, but it is still fairly a large market with a ton of upward potential. And you can't really put price target on DeFi tokens just yet, because we haven't even seen it being adopted at full scale. Now, we do see here why Casper is ready for Web 3.0, upgradable contracts. Casper allows the direct upgrading of on-chain smart contracts, eliminating the need for complex migration processes and making it easy for developers to correct smart contract vulnerabilities. And of course, we also see here it's just getting started. Casper Network, Decentralized Exchange, Bridge, Launchpad, Gamified, and real-world NFT use all announced in public and coming. Imagine what's in the pipeline. The Casper story unfolds. And this is a massive ecosystem. And I do think that Casper, in the long-term span of things, is going to continue and continue and continue to innovate and upgrade their entire ecosystem. It's such a massive ecosystem at this point, but so many more use cases to come. There's so much to really kind of still be released, and I'm so excited for this. You know, when we're looking back on the past and we're looking at the all-time highs, we're looking at the highs going even back to April of this year, there is so much potential in this gem. And like I said, not a lot of people are talking about it, but soon everybody will be talking about it as soon as we break out of its massive channel, which I know yesterday we did break out. We are still looking fairly pretty on the chart. We're going to be talking about the chart here shortly, and we're going to be talking about the upward potential here. Now, we also see here in terms of Web3, we know, or we show you, the giant who signed with the UAE government for Web3 adoption for the first time in the world. Governments, corporations, large businesses, and more will meet Casper's excellent technology in Web3. Yes, big developments are waiting for us to the moon. Now, if you guys did miss this, I did talk about this shortly in another video on Casper, but I didn't really kind of go in depth on it. And if you guys did miss this, like I said, Casper Labs and SJM Group partner to promote Web3 adoption in the United Arab Emirates. Now, okay, within this goes back to June 30th. In terms of this, we also seen XRP kind of growing a lot of adoption over there as well. And when we're talking about Web3, you know, ventures in terms of crypto, we are seeing a lot more, you know, sort of use cases and stuff like that happening within the Web3 scene for crypto. But again, these use cases are going to leverage Casper's unique combination of enterprise-grade security, scalability, and decentralization, which, again, this is all great for us, especially in the long-term span of things. And I think that this is going to continue to, you know, pretty much grow in terms of its scalable, you know, use cases. Casper is going to be flowing throughout the entire world very soon, especially in terms of the Web3 adoption. And also, we're talking about decentralized finance as well. I mean, DeFi is huge, and I think that that's going to be an ever-growing scene. We're going to actually talk about that here shortly as well. But a growing number of organizations are building on Casper, citing its more predictable and cost-effective gas pricing, ease of migration for existing apps and dApps, the more environmentally friendly energy consumption model, and Casper Labs' white glove support and services as primary factors for choosing to build on the network. So, again, this is great, and I think that a lot of these use cases that come out in terms of these assets or even partnerships and announcements still get overlooked, and I think Casper is exactly one of those. You know, in terms of this update, I think that this is great. Like I said, I didn't do a deep dive in on this, but I figured I would. They're actually already saying we have seen a remarkable demand for Web3 solutions in this region, and we are excited to finally be able to deliver a network that meets the needs for a robust enterprise network. And like I said, this goes back to June 30th. If we're looking back on the chart back in June 30th, look at the price back here, okay? So here's July, and July is where it actually bottomed out on. And here's June 30th. Look at this. So you're telling me that, you know, Casper's not overlooked or undervalued, because if I seen this update, I would be instantly buying. But again, this didn't bottom out until pretty much July 15th, and around July 16th actually was the bottom stage here. Now, like I said, in terms of this chart, it looks beautiful because we did retest that major support zone or resistance zone and flipped it into support at around the 14.5 centile range. We are currently trading at about 15 cents, which is totally fine. I don't know if this is actually fully updated because the price hasn't moved, so let me refresh this and make sure that this is fully updated for you guys. So here we go. So yeah, I mean, I suppose that this is fully updated. Now, in terms of this, we have bounced off of this solid support down here at almost 13 cents exact. Like I said, this is a strong support zone. In terms of where we are at currently, I don't even think that this chart is moving. I wish that this was a fully updated chart. Let me go and check out OKEX. Again, you know, these charts are not moving at all. But in terms of what we have done, I still think that we are on the cusp of that major breakout event still. I don't know if the exchanges just are not updating the price, but I know on even CoinMarketCap we are still around 15 cents as well. So, maybe the price is just sitting stable here. But we do see that the bottom stage down here was around that 13 centile range, which again on CoinMarketCap is a little bit indifferent from TradingView. And in terms of the chart though, I still think that it looks extremely good. I think that it looks healthy as well. We tested that major bottom support, which was also resistance at some point in time until we actually got that breakout event, which was yesterday. And again, look at this now. So fairly strong. We almost hit that 18 centile range, which I have been mentioning a lot lately. Until we get that next major breakout event, not a lot of price movement just yet. But once we do break out of that, I still think that we target 30 cents, which is the next major point of resistance. And then of course after that we pretty much go to the moon, which a lot of people are asking me, hey, where's the end goal price targets here? If you want to get out at a free risk point, 75 cents to $1 is a perfect stage point, or even a 10x from our current levels, which is around like $1.50. Look at that point. My conservative price targets are still the $4 to $7 range. Now, I do want to talk to you guys, because I've already talked to you guys about Web 3.0. I want to talk to you guys about DeFi. So also on Casper Labs themselves, they're even saying here, there is no ceiling to DeFi's total addressable market, because there really isn't, right? DeFi is going to grow at a massive rate. We are already talking about bridges of traditional finance to DeFi as well. This is going to be huge. In fact, the market cap of existing cryptocurrencies exceeds $1.5 trillion. You could tell how old this article actually is. But we do see that the DeFi space has achieved less than 5% of market penetration rate in terms of user adoption. So we are obviously still very early into DeFi. DeFi isn't even at the stage set just yet until, we do see that major, adoption of this, which again, I think is going to happen in the next few, years most likely. And, at scale of Web 3.0 with DeFi, it's only going to grow more and more. And DeFi being at the heart of what the future of finance looks like, Casper will most likely get a large percentage of this market as well. And we actually see here that the Casper Labs team builds on the Casper network because we believe this approach, an immutable past but an unwritten future, is critical to accelerate enterprise blockchain adoption, because they are an enterprise grade choice. They were talking about, network remains committed to the Web3 fundamental of an immutable transaction history, but also supports the ability to upgrade or update smart contracts and other on-chain applications over time without the need for a hard reset, which is great. That's why when I was talking about this tweet here, those upgradable contracts are huge. Upgradable smart contracts allow for the mainnet deployed contracts to be changed and updated by their developers as needed. So this is actually very good. It's actually future-proof, like they are saying here, and I think that upgradable contracts are so much bigger than what most people actually see. And like I said, this is going to be great for, Web3 and DeFi adoption as well. And of course, we do see here AWS is integral to enterprise blockchain adoption. Talking about Amazon Web Services, they are partnered with them. You can pretty much build nodes on the Amazon Web Services, which is great. And like I said, this in terms of DeFi and Web3 adoption, I think that Casper has such a beautiful future, especially in terms of price appreciation. And also, the laughable pretty much article that I want to read to you guys was this article back in September 30th. Okay, they were talking about how high can Casper go in terms of prices. These articles always give me a little bit of a laugh, because when we're talking about their dates, look at this. So this site has a 2021 price target of 15 cents per coin for Casper. Okay, first off, we already went well above 15 cents, but they're also saying additionally a 2025 and 2028 price target of 29 cents and 47 cents. By 2025 and 2028, just think about how big the Web3 and DeFi space are going to be alone. Think about what the valuation of crypto is going to be by that time, and they're saying 29 cents and 47 cents for Casper. Okay, I just want to reiterate the fact that this year alone, okay, just going back to August, okay, we already went to almost 23 cents. And they are saying 29 and 47 cents by 2025 and 2028. That is laughable. But with that being said, I hope that you all enjoyed this video. If you guys did, definitely leave a like, subscribe, turn notifications on, like I said, if you guys never want to miss an update. And if you guys do want more free content, you guys are more than welcome to follow me on Twitter and join the free Discord down in the description below. As always, I hope that you all have a beautiful day or a beautiful night wherever you guys are in this beautiful world. This has been Nick. Peace out, guys.